today we're going to be learning the lore and the history of Black Myth Wukong, which, if you're not aware, is actually based off of Journey to the West. If you are anybody that is like me, that's 24, you've likely heard of Journey to the West, and you've probably not actually indulged yourself in that culture, as it's Chinese and maybe Japanese culture, I'm not sure, but I know for sure it is Chinese culture and mythos. So if you have the time, let's embark on a journey to learning about the Journey to the West. So let's learn about the base story about what we're going to be jumping into when we get into Black Myth Wukong, all right? So if you're here for that journey and you're enjoying the vibes, make sure you slide subscribe. I really do appreciate it, as it helps us the channel and grow, and it may help you out as I try to do giveaways and give back to my community when and wherever I can. I'm very appreciative and thankful for the support. I may talk here and there. It's really just like whatever I'm feeling, okay? I'm trying to learn, and we're in history class together, all right? So get your headphones, get your snacks. Let's learn about Journey to the West. Shout out to Dominic Noble. We're gonna check his video out first. It's about 27 minutes. And I have another video queued up here that's about 16 minutes. And then another video, if we still need to learn more about it, that's about 10 minutes, okay? We're just gonna jump into this. I really don't know what to say, and like I said, we're just gonna learn about everything that we need to today.
Hello, my beautiful watchers. If you've been following my show for a while, you'll probably know that I am an absolute pillock when it comes to pronouncing things, and I'm certain that despite my best efforts, this will extend to almost every Chinese name in this video, so apologies for that in advance.
All right, well, look, let's be honest. How many of you are actually goated at pronouncing Chinese names? Okay, they're very difficult. Do not take any offense if anybody from China is watching. Okay, I'm sorry, we're not you. We don't know it all.
The Journey to the West. Published in the 16th century during the Ming Dynasty, the authorship of J to the W is sometimes brought into question, but it's generally believed to be the magnum opus of novelist and poet Wu Cheng'en.
And another thing that I do know about Journey to the West is it's China's like hugest story ever. Like it's just a ginormous big story, and it's just very popular. And again, it's been changed up so much, as I think it's been in a couple of movies, but the biggest reference that I know about it is Dragon Ball, right? And then of course we're getting Black Myth Wukong. So I want to learn about the story so I can get excited about what we're jumping into, the creatures that we're going to be encountering, and just more about Chinese mythos, you know? So I'm just excited all around.
Inspired by the real-life pilgrimage of Xuanzang, a Buddhist monk who took a rather roundabout 17-year walk from China to India.
I guarantee I'm not going to remember these names.
Of steel. I stress the word loosely because Wu Cheng'en's monk is escorted on his trip by an absurdly powerful monkey, a horny pig monster, and a 12-foot tall blue-skinned red-haired water demon. How important.
And they're the ones that are going on their journey to the West, huh?
I struggle to think of an example of something in British or American culture that's a fair comparison. You'd have to take the longevity of Shakespeare, the influence on fantasy of The Lord of the Rings, the universal prevalence of fairy tales like Cinderella, and the nerdy fandom of superhero comic books, and mash them all together into a single series of books to recreate it. I'm going to try to give you a very basic synopsis, but
so it's that wacky of a story in one book.
The story is based around Chinese mythology and the Buddhist belief system. So the world consists of mortals who live, die, and reincarnate over and over again as they work towards achieving enlightenment, and immortals who live forever in a surprisingly bureaucratic heaven presided over by a being known as the Jade Emperor. Mortals include humans, but also monsters, demons, and spirits who potentially have much longer lifespans and...
Oh, I'm sorry for anybody that I don't know why it took me this long. I'm sorry. We're gonna have captions on so everybody can follow along. English is not the first language of everybody, but some people can just read it, okay? So I just want to be fair for everyone.
They're exposed to the teachings of celestial beings. The novel starts by establishing the backstory of one of the most interesting characters, Sun Wukong, the Monkey King. He hatches from a stone egg, becomes the ruler of a group of apes in a hidden mountain cave, hatches from a stone egg, and gaining magical powers, strong arms an ocean dragon king into giving him an uber.
So you're telling me that Wukong is just, he was born that man, or that, you know, that Monkey King, like he was just born from a rock a stone, and he had these huge amounts of like magical powers. He's fighting ocean dragons, Ocean Dragon King. He has this magical stuff. So there was no growing up for him. He just came out the stone. Like, I mean, first off, that's abnormal to begin with, right? So this isn't a normal story. That's why he said it's wacky and comical in a sense. I can see the influence and how many people would probably like that, because it's just weird. Like, there's no rhyme or reason. There's no rhyme or reason to it. It's literally, hey, this man was just born from a stone, and he's a god.
Things result in him going on a rampage into giving him an
okay. I'm gonna bring it back
and gets power.
Hold on.
Beings. The novel starts by establishing the backstory of one of the most interesting characters, Sun Wukong, the Monkey King. He hatches from a stone egg, becomes the ruler of a group of apes in a hidden mountain cave, travels the world learning the secret to immortality and gaining magical powers.
Okay, so he traveled and then started gaining powers.
A powerful magical staff, and gets recruited into heaven first as a horse trainer, then as a guardian of a magic peach garden. Both postings result in him going on a rampage and smashing up the joint until the Buddha himself turns up.
So I know that well, okay, I don't know. He might be referencing the original story, because I don't know. I heard an iteration where he was guarding this, I guess, peach garden, but the peaches or the fruit or whatever all had, like, it was a garden of immortality, and he essentially ate one of them instead of guarding it and gained immortality. And then I heard about a time that he I guess was like fighting one of the gods or something, and then gained immortality that way. He was imprisoned at one point and gained immortality that way as well, because it like stripped him of his mortality. So like, this man has gone through like 4 or 5 different iterations of having immortality
to seal him under a mountain for 500
that I'm
years
aware
to
of.
think about until
my fault. Again, I know I said I wouldn't talk too long. I just want to jump into this, and I have thoughts, so I want to voice my thoughts and my opinions. So I apologize, you know.
Rampage and smashing up the joint until the Buddha himself turns up to seal him under a mountain for 500 years to think about what he's done. It then tells the tale of the other lead.
So my man went on a rampage and said, "Nah, for 500 years."
Guy, but it's spelt differently, so it's probably just me doing it wrong. Anyway, it starts with how his father met his mother, got married, got murdered, then got resurrected after 19 years. During which his wife was forced to marry his killer and float their baby Sang Zhang down the river to save him from being offed. The kid grows up in a Buddhist monastery and becomes the ultimate pure-hearted monk. Then, upon learning his parents' fate, gains the help.
This could have been the guy that we seen in the final trailer, where Sun Wukong he was sitting down with somebody. All right, so I actually went through and watched like the 3 videos, and they were wildly inconsistent with each other. Let me take my headphones off. I think I kind of understand the story, and what I can say is that Sun Wukong isn't necessarily hero, nor is he necessarily villain, but I guess he's more hero since he was recruited to essentially save the world by delivering Buddha scripts and things of that nature to India with Tripitaka. His story is that of reaching immortality and getting some sort of he went on this journey, and he was there to protect this monk named Tripitaka, and he had these other creatures with him. But like, what do we really need to know for Black Myth Wukong? Sun Wukong was born from a rock. He was born from a stone. He became a monkey king of nearby monkeys near the cave that he was born in. He then went from that on his journey around the world before his journey to the West, getting stronger, learning martial arts, learning how to transform to fight off I guess like spirits or curses and stuff. Like, he learned how to transform. This was also confirmed that he learned how to transform to stave off the consequences of immortality, because he wasn't supposed to be mortal. The fact that he became immortal, it had come with some consequences, some type of serious curses of some sort to him being immortal first. due to him just learning so many different things, he was recruited into heaven at some point after he had basically bullied a dragon king, like a water dragon king deity of some sort, to get that really powerful staff. And it wasn't even like a fight, it was just like him kind of, I don't know, just like bullying him into it. He was recruited into heaven to become some kind of a like horse guard or a chariot rider or something. I don't know, like he was something with a horse, I can't really remember. And then from there, his story goes, he was set to guard over this peach garden, this peach tree, but the peaches or the fruit or something were actually like they were immortality. So he ate from the fruit because through his training and since the time he was born, he's been obsessed with immortality for some reason. So God and like Buddha literally punished him for constantly going on a rampage after becoming immortal. And he caused a rampage in heaven, he caused a rampage wherever he went. So he was sent into confinement for 500 years under a mountain, awaiting for Tributaka and whoever else was with him during the time of his journey to free him. Tributaka is a monk that reached such a heightened sense of enlightenment, he just became really popular. So all these different demons and just creatures in general or whatever would always try to attack him. And basically Sun Wukong's mission a long time, well, I guess not his mission, but his goal and his purpose really alongside the other people that accompanied Tributaka was just to keep Tributaka safe so he could finish his journey that was given to him from some higher priest like monk person. So this entire story for Journey to the West really starts with Tributaka when he was earlier in his ages, studying and becoming this heightened and enlightened Buddha monk and being like this golden boy amongst all of the other monks and priests that was around him. Buddha gave him a mission to save the world by delivering scrolls and scriptures from China and taking it to India, which is the journey to the West. And he was accompanied by 2 kicked out guards from heaven, and they were cursed for doing crimes in heaven. One of them was cursed inside of this pig-like humanoid body, and he has a very lustful spirit, so he's always trying to take advantage of girls and women and whatever. And the other was a water demon at that point, so he got transformed from being a guard in heaven to being a water demon. And then you have Sun Wukong. I'll also add on that because he reached this such heightened sense in enlightenment, all these other demon kings and other types of evil deities and creatures wanted to come after him because they thought they would also be able to become immortal if they was able to kill him or eat him and take in his knowledge, so they would reach a false sense of enlightenment, which they believed would give them immortality. So it seems like this entire story of Journey to the West is really shaped around the concept of immortality and trying to steal it from someone else in some way, shape, form, or fashion. That's going to the West. That's like the best synopsis I can really give. There's so many different videos out there, but none of them are telling the original story or even enough of it, because they're telling adaptations or variations of it. It's just such a bizarre thing to kind of to fathom. Why is it that this widely popular story from China and their mythos is being mistranslated so many times? There has to be an original translation out there somewhere. So if you could help me out with that, please let me know in the comments down below. I would really appreciate that. And if you enjoyed the vibes, make sure you slide subscribe. I know this video is kind of weird and some part reactionary, some part not, and a lot of me just explaining and talking. I would really appreciate the love and support. I am going to cover as much as I can on Black Myth Wukong when this game drops next week, and it just help out the community best I can. You know, if I can give a giveaway, I'll do that. If I can't, I can't. I apologize. You know, I'm just thankful for the love and the support. And if you're here to watch my playthrough of the game, definitely come through and support. It'd be greatly appreciated. Stay safe out there. The world is crazy. I'll catch you in the next one. I'd also like to add that there are not many videos out there that are covering what are happening between each of the chapters, because the chapters are very inconsistent and incoherent with each other, and a lot of these translations just take and pick and choose which chapters they want to add into their version of Journey to the West or their version of Sun Wukong. So this 1800, almost 2000 page story has lots of things missing from it over time. So that's probably stuff we're going to be getting inside the game as well. Just something to note. Anyways, stay safe out there.
I never felt like I never felt like